Assalamu alaikum. How are you, everybody? I'm sorry for that. I got some difficulties, technical difficulties to be more specific. My laptop just shut down. I don't know what is the problem. But I fixed it. Okay. Let's jump into it. Today we're going to talk about Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate the third. Okay. As you see, even the BBC is mentioning that Andrew Tate got banned from Facebook and Instagram. And everybody is losing his mind. Holy shit. Did you see that coming, Coach Kareem? Yes, I did. I did. Let's go into it. The BBC saying Andrew Tate banned from Facebook and Instagram. Okay. Why did the BBC is mentioning Andrew Tate in the first place? Why? Is Andrew Tate one of the favorite people from BBC point of view? No, he is not. They hate such guy. They hate him a lot because they are liberal, they are leftist, they have leftist view. They are controlled by the main. They are part of the mainstream. They are controlled by the mainstream controllers, the elite. So they do not like Andrew Tate. Why are they writing an article about Andrew Tate? I'll tell you why. Because Andrew Tate in the last 3 months achieved a popularity that no one has achieved this fast in the whole planet. And why is that? Because he got around 13 billion view on the social media and on TikTok alone, actually, not on all the social media. He got around 13 billion view on TikTok alone, and he's the most searched person on the search engines on the planet. People search on Andrew Tate name more than Donald Trump, more than the fat, sleepy Joe. So he is more popular in the social media on the internet, as he like to say, I conquered the internet. Did he? Yes, he did. And we saw all the indicators that he really did. So they are trying to cover the news of banning Andrew Tate. Let's see what is are they saying about it. Meta has banned the influencer Andrew Tate from Facebook and Instagram for violating its policies. Okay. The former kickboxer rose to fame in 2016 when he was removed from TV show Big Brothers. No, he was not famous that days in 2016 over a video which appeared to deceive him attacking a woman. We went on it. We went onto it again. Notoriety. Okay, online with Twitter banning him from saying women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. He didn't say that actually. He said you should take responsibility of the type of clothing that you wear in public. If that will put you in danger, you should take care of it. You should be, responsible for it. So he had 4.7 million Instagram followers, and he achieved that in the last 3 months, by the way. He was 500,000. He got 500,000 follower 4 or 5 months ago. So on his account was removed. The time was his account was removed. The number had grown rapidly from around 1 million followers in June. Okay. Meta says it had removed the kickboxer star from platform for violating its policies on dangerous organizations and individuals, but did not provide further details. And that's right. That's right. For the message that's been published on the social media, a screenshot, they are saying he is dangerous individual or organization. So, as you know, social media platforms will never ever publish or explain why did they ban anyone, but they got that excuse, the dangerous organization or dangerous individual. And who decide this is a dangerous individual or dangerous organization? Uh, the social media platforms employees by themselves. At the time of his removal from Big Brother, Mr. Tate says the video had been edited, calling it a total lie, trying to make him look bad. And you know why? Because the girl herself came out on the social media and she says we was playing, we was acting. That was not real. He was not really hitting me. So he will never actually. This is her words. He will never ever harm anyone unless like in a professional fight. He has not yet commented in the Meta ban. He did actually, and today we will listen what he says in the podcast with Adin Ross on Twitch. The analysis by Mariana Spring, disinformation and social media correspondent. Okay. Andrew Tate's video promoting misogyny. Mm. That's the regular accusation. That's very regular accusation for people such as Andrew Tate. And targeting women have come prominence this summer with many teens commenting on just how much he's appearing on the social media feeds. His content raised concern about the real world effect if it could have, especially on the younger users exposed to it during the social holidays when they have time on their hands. The focus has been primarily on TikTok, where users say they've been read, re, readily, readily served up his videos, sparking a new wave of videos commenting on and criticizing Mr. Tate content. YouTubers has also found itself under pressure since it since it's where he racked up millions of views, not millions actually, 12.7 billion view on TikTok, 12.7 billion view of Tate's videos on TikTok. I revealed how social media sites promote anti-woman hate. There's no anti-woman hate for BBC Panorama. She's probably a feminist, guys, and that's usual. It's their platform, the BBC, the misandrous, self-centered uh, hate men platforms. The investigations exposed how some platforms' algorithms were recommending more and more misogyny to a troll account. Since then, several sites have made commitments to better protect female users, but once again, question being raised about the role of social media sites play pushing anti-woman content. It is not anti-woman content. It is not anti-woman content. If you recognize, or if you, let's say, admit, or you have a point of view that women and men are different and they are better in their gender roles, that's considered misogynist. And that's not accurate by the exact definition of the word misogyny. Misogyny is hate or contempt against women as a sex. So recognizing the gender roles is not misogyny by the definition of word. A genuine threat to young men Who decide that? The angry, self-centered feminist. Okay, so he has drawn criticism online for his comment, particularly from UK advocacy group Hope Not Hate, which welcomed the most recent ban. Of course, they're gonna be happy for his ban. Joe Joe Mulhall, Joe Mulhall, director of research at the group, said Mr. Tate poses a genuine threat to young men because he's teaching them masculinity. That's why he's a threat, radicalizing them towards extremism, misogyny. That's absolute garbage. That's absolute bullshit. Racism and homophobia. It is not homophobia. He's very careful, especially talking about these subjects. If I don't like homosexuals, that's not homophobic. If I'm not homosexual, I do not recommend homosexual content for my young people. I'm not homophobe. It's personal preference as per freedom of speech. We are providing significant evidence that major social media platforms, including Meta, about this activity and why he must be removed. Okay. We welcome Meta's swift action to remove Andrew Tate and will be putting pressure on TikTok to follow this example. They must act now to prevent further spread of his extremist view. What about to talk to him about his extremist views? Isn't that freedom of speech? He's spreading ideas, so you can't challenge the ideas. So what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? We're gonna silence him. That's the ultimate solution for it. Misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok. Mm, okay. So we've been removing violating content and accounts for weeks, and we've welcomed the news that other platforms is also taking action against this individual. Absolutely a misogynist. Okay. Videos from Mr. Tate have proved popular across social media platforms, particularly on TikTok, where videos using Andrew Tate hashtag have been viewed more than 12.7 billion times. Okay, so he's conquering the internet, as he says. But the numbers representing is not represents not just video of Tate and his supporter. It also includes video made by people criticizing the influencer. And on YouTube, some of his popular video have made millions of views. Yeah, because people like him. That's why. In one video during which he was interviewed by another YouTuber, he says was absolute. He says he was absolutely a misogynist. That's quote biting. So what he says actually is, if that will make me a misogynist, then I'm an absolutely misogynist. So he explained. So you are taking the words out of the context, adding, "I'm realist." Yeah, because real world is misogynist. Like real world is misogynist and misandrist is in the same way. Real world hate men, and you will be provided by specific privilege if you are a woman that no man can have. I'll give you an example, guys. I'll give you an example. Can any man on this planet sell fart jars and make $100,000 in 1 month? Fart jars. Women can. Can any man sell his feet pictures and get hundreds of thousands of dollars on the social media or on like websites like OnlyFans? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Men can't do this shit. Can I show my chest and get money out of it? No. Why I do not have this privilege? Because I'm a man. That's why. So there's a privileges for female, for her being female, just for existing, that men do not. Is that real world? Yes, it is. Should we complain and whining and bitching about it? No, that's not productive. That is not productive. So let's get back to it. I'm a realist. When you are realist, you are sexist. Yeah, certain types of jobs that women can do. I'll give you an example. What about the bricklayers? What about the guys who work in the mines? Can women do these jobs? No. Can women can women beat men in chest? Well, the best 100 player of chess in the world does not have single woman in it right now by today's ranking. 2 months ago, they had one woman in the best 100 chess player in the world. Now she's out. So is that sexist? That's real. That's being realist. So when we mark or highlight these differences, these biological differences between genders, are you a sexist for saying the truth? No, you're not. That's absolute garbage. That's bullshit. So there's no way you can be rooted in reality and not being sexist. Is that true as a statement? Yeah, that's absolutely true. Later in the same video, called women intrinsically lazy. Yes, that's true. Most, uh, and how we can know that from it is simple. It is simple, guys. Check the statistics of overtime working and check the distribution between genders, like per genders, and you will find that men in general work overtime more than females. What does that mean? Who's more lazy here? If men work like 30% or 40% overtime more than females, who's the laziest or who's more lazy? The numbers will speak for itself. I did a video about the wage gap long time ago, and I published or did a comment on a study done by Uber, the company Uber, includes more than 500,000 driver in the United States. And they stated by the numbers, by the data analysis, that female driver drive less hours than male drivers. And that's one of the main components, the reasons that male drivers get more money than female drivers, because everybody was accusing Uber that they are paying men more than women. When they did that study, includes the data coming from more than 500,000 driver in the United States, they figured it out. Why are men getting more money than females? Because they are driving more hours. They are working more. That's why. What does that make female drivers? More lazy? You can judge by yourself. Okay? And he said was no such thing as an independent females. Yeah, most probably he's right. Most probably he's right. Every single female on this planet, it depend on men to get money, right? How is the, like, how is How can be 80% of the spending directly or indirectly is decided by females? 80% of the spending. It is, to be more specific by numbers, $13.7 trillion per year is spent directly or indirectly by females, while they are like the global income for individuals, they make less than 30%. How they make less than 30% and spend more than 80%? How? From whose money? From whose money? Let me know. If you're as a group, you're making 30% or 35% of the income, and you're spending 80% of the income. From whose money you are spending? You're spending from another group money, which is men. Men make more, but they spend less. Women make less, but they spend more. So are they really independent if you are spending the men's money, right? That's what they call a solid argument. That's what they call a solid argument. So in a different video, Mr. Tate says, if I have a responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. And that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Who have more responsibility, he will have more authority. And that's the real world. That's how world works. So who have the more responsibility in the corporate business? The managers, the executives, the directors, the chairman, the presidents, they have more responsibility. By logic, they will have more authority. That's how things are. Why are you complaining about the natures of things? So, is that real? Yes, that is real. If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. He's absolutely right. Can't be wrong. Can't be wrong at all. Who have more responsibility, he will have more authority. He added, you can't be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you. And that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. The BBC has approached Google, which owns YouTube, for comments. Okay, and what did they found? Okay, here is the end of story. Okay, we are done here with the BBC. So what we are seeing here, guys, what we are watching here, guys, what is the BBC is saying? The BBC is supporting the main narrative, the mainstream narrative, as usual, which is self-centered feminist narrative, the leftist narrative about misogyny, which is misusing the word itself. If I'm recognizing that men and women are different and they have different roles in life and they are better in different fields than each other, does that make me misogynist? Well, no. No. Do I hate women because I'm saying they're better natural caregiver? Well, biology says no, and that's fact. That is absolute fact, supported by science, by empirical evidences, actually. Yeah, yeah. Neurology supports it. The biology supports it. Every single science that analyze the human nature supports it. Men are better in certain things, and women are better in certain things. So, is that misogyny? Are we changing the definition of the words based on the way that we want to use it? Does the word have any meaning anymore? So that's an absolute garbage, guys. That's an absolute garbage. And we will check another article here talking about the same subject, which is Andrew Tate is banned from social media platforms. Let's check it out. Okay, you got it on the screen. You got it. Okay, and we will jump to Tate's video himself talking about it. So let's check this out from NPR. Andrew Tate gets banned from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for violating their policies. He's not banned from TikTok because he do not have account in TikTok. So you need a fact checker here, guys. So Andrew Tate, an influencer and former professional kickboxer, known for his misogynist remarks. And who's calling him misogynist? The feminist bitches. That's it. That's the people who are calling him misogynist. That's an absolute garbage. We can't take this bullshit and accept it and keep repeating it, guys. Please just wake the fuck up. Look at the word's definition in the fucking dictionary. Know what you're talking about. Thank you, Daniel. $200 super chat. Coach Kareem, thank you for the content. I've been learned a lot from watching your videos. Appreciate it, bro. Glad I was able to catch you live and show some appreciation. I do totally appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the $200 super chat. Appreciate it, Daniel. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. So let's get back to my rant. So, guys, before repeating such words such as misogynist, woman hating, blah, 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 bullshit, blah, look at the fucking definition on the dictionary about what you're talking about. Look at the hose on Fresh and Fit. You're a misogynist. What does misogynist mean? I don't know. You look stupid. You really look stupid. You're using a word without knowing what is the definition of the fucking word. Misogynist means the hate or contempt toward females as a sex. Do I personally hate women if I says I need women to raise my children, to take care of my children, because men can't do it? Am I hating women, or am I admitting that females have better abilities and capabilities of taking care of females? Is that hating women? You're fucking idiots. That is not. I'm just acknowledging the fact that females, biological females, have better capabilities and better skills of taking care of the kids. That is a fact. That does not make me misogynist. That does not make me hate women. If I'm trying to get married, trying to hook up with females, do I hate females and I'm trying to get married to one of them? God damn it. They're saying Abu American, my friend, is a woman hater. How does he hate women while he have 4 wives? He have 4 of them. If I hate dogs, I will never get one. If I hate cats, I will never get one. How does he marry 4 women and have children with this woman and take care of them and he hate them? How does that make fucking sense? Let me know. How does that make fucking sense? You hate women. How? How I hate women and I love them to the degree that I'm teaching guys how to deal with women. How do I hate them? Please make that like, please use some common sense, guys. Use the last 3 cells in your mind to make it make sense. Salam alaikum, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you. Alaikum salam, bro. If you criticize women, you're a misogynist. You can't criticize the holy sex. the holy gender, the sacred gender. You can't criticize them. No, you're not allowed. Why? Why I'm not allowed? I'll criticize who the fuck I want. The internet 2022. Yeah, that's absolutely true, bro. That's absolutely true. Dr. Ahmed, if you criticize men and make fun of them, it is okay. Misandrist is being pushed by algorithms saying, did you so kill all men podcast? That is totally okay. Nobody says anything. All men are trash. That's okay. That's okay. You can say whatever you want about men, whatever the fuck you want. Nobody says anything. But if you are criticizing the sacred the sacred sex, if you criticizing any female on this fucking planet, you're not allowed to. Why? Are they gods? Why? Why you can't criticize them? Why is misandry, which is hate and content against men as a sex, against males, that's okay. But if you not hate, if you just criticize, if you acknowledge the gender rules, that's make you misogynist. That's an absolute garbage. I do not give a fuck what anyone want to say, what anyone will say about it. That's an absolute garbage. That's bullshit. You can criticize whoever the fuck you want. If you believe in freedom of speech and you have someone who's criticizing someone or a specific idea, okay, argue with him, have a debate, attack his argument, do not attack his person. Only people who full of shit will attack person himself for his view. If you have a solid argument, okay, attack his argument. Attack his argument and explain to the people, to the general public, how is this argument is false. But you don't have a solid argument against his argument, so we will silence him. We will ban him from social media. Does that like remind you of anything? Anybody who read the history, does that remind you of anyone? Right? Stalin, Hitler, Mao Zedong, Leopold, right? These people, these dictators who silenced any single one who attacked their ideology or their thoughts or their ideas, you have to be silenced. So, is there real freedom of speech? Do we have real freedom of speech here? That is absolute garbage. No, you don't. You have the freedom of speech unless you say something that we do not like. And that's freedom of speech is withdrawn. That's it. That's it. You have the freedom of speech while you're saying something that we like. If you say something that we don't like, you do not have freedom of speech. They ban, they really ban the president of United States. Don't you think they will ban person like they will ban someone like Andrew Tate? Of course they will ban him. I did see this coming since long time. Since long time. I do not know Andrew himself. I know I know Rollo Tomasi. I know Richard Cooper. I know most of the manosphere personally, and we talk to each other. But if I know Andrew Tate himself, I will tell him that. I know he know that since long time. So and I see this coming. I really see this coming. So there's no surprise here. But we have to remind you guys that that's what happened when you say something that they don't like. There is no freedom of speech in any social media platform. That's bullshit. They want you to believe. Thank you, Daniel, again. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Listening to Coach Kareem has opened my eyes that there is a similar voices in the Middle East regarding the red pill helping men. Yeah, we're doing our best, bro. We are really doing our best, and we're trying to collab with, let's say, Western content creator because they have a better experience with it. Because we are not suffering from the feminist ideology in the Middle East since long time, but we are trying to wake people up. The algorithms work against us. The mainstream media works against us. Nobody's supporting us, nobody's financing us actually. So I appreciate your support, Daniel, because nobody gives a shit about what we are saying here. It is all personal, like personal effort from the zero. We are working our ass off here to try to wake the people up. So thank you, Daniel. Again, appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the super chat. We got Muhammad Faron here, one of the channel member guys. But I blame Mans. The man's not take the leads in this time. To take a leads, Muhammad, like you're right. But to take leads, you have to be powerful, and man is not powerful anymore nowadays. The society is full of self-centered pussies, fragile chicks. They are not mans anymore. So how do they will take the lead? Men are poor, weak, opens to their emotion, in touch with their feminine sides, and all of this bullshit garbage. They are convinced by this narrative because it is so heavy. They are bombarding men since young age with this absolute garbage. They are poisoning the they are poisoning the feeds that men's got in the all social media and the news, all the let's say the Disney movies, Netflix, all the platforms. They are poisoning the information feed that men's got while they are growing. So how did you expect men to take the leads? They need a better betas because they are better at following orders. This guys, this stream might be banned from YouTube for saying this. This might be banned actually. They do not like the tone that I'm talking, that I'm using. They do not like it. They do not like the words that I'm using. They do not like the ideas that I'm spreading. They do not like it. They do not like it. That's why I do not got millions of views. I'm working my ass off here since 2 years. There's no support, there's no recommendation for such content. You have to understand that. That's why, that's why our content is not popular. What did Andrew Tate do to reach the mainstream or to be popular? He got an army in the Hustlers University trying to push his content on the social media platforms. People who do not have such army, you will never be heard because what you're saying is against the mainstream ideology. So it will never be uh, popular as you want it to be popular. Coach Karim, I blame men's for all of this. You can't blame men's alone because not all men on the same category. Not all men is a greedy capitalist with no moral high standard, with no moral at all. They all care about the profitability. $13.7 trillion the females spend on the planet annually. 13.7 trillion, 4.8 trillion. So they care about that. They do not give a fuck about what you think or what is the best for society and the marriage institution and the replication ratio. No, they do not care. They care about profits. That's why they support abortions, because the stem cells industry and the medicine, the big pharma industry, get a lot of profit of supporting abortion institutions. Yeah, they care about that. So I blame men. I blame men for all of this. I mean, big example is OnlyFans. They made the girls, they're millionaires. Okay, the ugly ones are making 50K dollar per month. Yes, you're absolutely right. But they are working in they are working on intrinsic instinct in men, which is their sexuality. So young men are fighting their sexual drive not to benefit organizations such as OnlyFans, Pornhub, and the rest of the sexual content platforms. So you are working on, let's say, you are depending on the man's nature, trying to reach to get the accessibility for sexuality, for sexual content. So that's really hard on, especially on young men, especially on young men and on incels. And the majority of men are incels and simps, and they can't find women by themselves. They can't marry a woman. So the easiest way, most people are lazy actually. The easiest way to get such accessibility to sexual content is to pay it off. Yeah. So they are working and they know the biological nature of men. They know it very well actually. They study it to market this content to men in general. Yeah, you can't blame all men. You can blame, let's say, a specific category of men or specific types of men. I totally agree. I do totally agree. You have to take some accountability, guys, for your spending and where you, let's say, investing your time and such, consuming such content, which is full of shit content. Content will never take you to another level, will never help you to improve yourself. Yeah, we have to take some accountability, guys. Most of men are weak and ignorant, and they don't know how to control themselves. They don't have self-discipline. They don't want to have they don't want to pick some heavy shit. They don't want to exercise. They don't want to have some self-discipline. They don't want to work hard. And you explain things to be better by itself. This is magical thinking. This is what we call in psychology the magical thinking. Things gonna be okay. Things gonna, like, the problems will solve itself by itself. As who, the famous guy, the singer, Bob Marley. Most people think God will come from the sky, fix away everything, and make everybody feel high. So no, that's not gonna happen. That's fairy tale. Nothing gonna be fixed by itself. You have to work your fucking ass off to adapt masculine traits, to put your effort, time, and energy on improving yourself to be a better man in the society, to climb the social hierarchy, to be a better version of yourself. Otherwise, you will keep being loser. Unfortunately, you will keep being loser. Appreciate it, guys. I do really appreciate guys who support this channel, the channel members, and everyone else, even who just support me by like or share of the video. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. That was the longest rant that I ever have. Has been banned from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. No, he's not banned from TikTok because he don't have account in TikTok. Meta Partners company of Facebook and Instagram confirmed that to NPR that Tate has been banned from their platform for violating policies regarding the dangerous individual. How is he dangerous? Nobody will tell you. And organizations and hate speech. Tate, 35, had garnered 4.7 had gained 4.7 million followers on Instagram before the Meta took down his official account. TikTok told NPR that company has permanently banned Tate's account. He do not have account. People is promoting his content on TikTok. He do not have a personal account, an official account. Misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok. Okay, the same bullshit. Let's get into the important things here. Okay, there's nothing important here. Okay, let's stop sharing the screen and look into the last screen about the guy who. Okay, this is the guy. This is the guy who started the campaign of banning Tate. He is a Jew queer. You will see him right now. Okay, let's share the screen here. Andrew Tate. Okay, here is it. Did you see it, guys? Yeah, here is it. Okay. Andrew Tate banned from TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram days after success coach, come influencer, misogynist comments go viral. Who's the fucking idiot that he started this? You see this guy? His name is Matt. His name is Matt on Instagram. And he identify himself as a queer Jew. Queer Jew. So he's not sure about his personal sex or gender anymore, as usual. Right things to do. This is his post on Instagram. He got over than 1 million follower of the like, let's say, leftist crowd. Right thing to do. But let's be clear. Andrew Tate is a symptom, not a cause of the bigger issue, which is that young boys are not being taught to process their emotion in a healthy way. Yeah, they are taught wrong. They are taught to be in touch with their feminine side bullshit. Yeah, that's it. There is a self-esteem and mental health crisis among young men, and it's being created by the same unhealthy masculinity that fueled Andrew Tate's fame. So yeah, young boys need help, but they need help from real men. They do not need help from leftist, self-centered, gender identity disorder people. So to be accurate, no, they need a real man, a real masculine figure to teach them real masculine shit. Yeah, they need that. They need that. And I do totally agree. We have a masculinity, we have crisis in masculinity. Thank you, Daniel. Like that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Thank you. In one stream. Thank you. I really appreciate it. $100 super chat from brother Daniel here. In America, there are a lot of you men playing games, playing video games, losing testosterone, listening for their mothers about adulthood after adulthood. Coach, what is your advice for these young men? I believe you're speaking about men who's living with their moms with no masculine figure in the household, such as our friend Jonathan from Modern Life Dating. He got raised by a single mom, by the way. So he does not have a masculine role figure in his life. And you're right. You're right. Most of the new generation, bro Daniel, is uh, is taught about life by females or by the female standard. By the female standard, just be quiet. Just calm down, sit down, listen to what we are saying, and be a good boy. good boy, just be a good boy. That does not make men. That does not produce masculinity at all. You need to learn about masculinity from masculine men. So, my best advice, bro, to the young generation, generally speaking, find yourself a masculine figure. Find yourself a masculine figure. By the way, Andrew Tate himself does not have a masculine figure while he's growing. When he was young, like below 13, he got his dad, but his mom moved to the United Kingdom. They used to live in London in a poor area. It's called Luton. There's a lot of Muslim around him, and his masculine figure. He does not mention that a lot, but I will give you that. I know from personal connection between me and him, between me, like people who knows Andrew Tate personally. He got a masculine figure while he's growing up, and it was his coach in kickboxing career. His coach. He have a Muslim Bosnian coach. He mentioned him like several times, but he do not concentrate in him. He taught him about self discipline, about burning yourself out and working your ass off. So he got a Bosnian Muslim boxing coach, kickboxing coach, and he got raised. He was his role model, masculine role model. After his dad, after his dad was in another country, so there's no presence of his biological dad. So find yourself, man, for young man who's listening, find yourself a masculine figure if you don't have biological dad around you. I know it's not your fault. You did not do anything wrong to not have your dad. It's not your fault. It's probably your mom fault, or can be your dad fault. Maybe you have a bad biological dad. He abandoned you as a kid. You don't know anything about him. He did not teach you anything. The best advice is to find yourself a masculine figure. Find yourself a masculine figure. Can be your coach if you're get trained by let's say fight coach, let's say fighting coach such as a kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA coach. Can be your teacher. It can be your teacher. It can be your neighbor, by the way. All men in the mid-age and above, they have that paternity instinct. Me myself, when I see a young man trying to fuck himself up without any financial benefit from my side, without anything for me in it, I'll try to help this man. I'll try to do it. Like genuinely try to help him. Try to give him some advices. Try to teach him what to do. Really. So all middle age or above men, they have that paternity instinct, and that's what drive most of the content creators, guys, such as Richard Cooper, Rollo Tomasi, and the rest of the older guys in the manosphere. They have that paternity instinct. We talked about that, me and Rollo Tomasi, in my channel, by the way, on the hypergamy in depth live stream. So we have that paternity instinct, and we have that urge to help young men as they are close to my son. So we will try to help them. So find yourself a masculine figure and listen to him, what he's teaching you. He might be harsh on you, he might be tough on you, but that's what make men is the harsh and the tough situations. That's what make a warrior a warrior. A lot of wars make a warrior a warrior. And to be taught by a real warriors how to be a warrior. That's how men made. The diamond made under tremendous pressure for millions of years. That's how diamond made. So there's no diamond without pressure. So find yourself. That's the best advice on top of my head, bro, that I can give to young men. Find yourself, and it can be in any field, by the way. Like if you're trying to make money, find yourself a mentor that he makes money. If you try to be a fighter, find yourself a mentor, that he is fighter himself. That can help you a lot in the next 5 to 10 years to develop yourself to and to claim the social hierarchy on that field. That's the best advice that I can give you. Appreciate the $100 super chat, bro. Thank you a lot. Dr. Hussam from Turkey. The Red Pill Doctor, guys, is in the chat, is in the building, guys. In Turkey, there's a psychiatrist, PhD, who advise partners, who advise parents to find jobs to their children during vacations. That is the way you can find a masculine figure. That's an absolutely true. That's an absolutely true. When I was young, when I was a kid, my dad used to do that to me. So I mentioned that before in one of my streams that my dad used to not give me the money that I ask for unless I work for it. He have a factory, we have a family business. He have a several business when I was young, and he used to make me work my ass off before he gave me the money. He want to teach me the value of money and how to make money, to appreciate the money that I get, not like the spoiled kids. I need $100. Okay, here's $100. He will never appreciate this $100 if he never earn it, if he never put time, effort, or energy to get this money. So that's a great idea here. If it's done by psychiatrists, that's great. By the way, I do make one-to-one counseling for dads and for let's say for new fathers who struggle with his son or with his daughter. I do that by one-to-one counseling, guys. You can book a counseling through. You can drop me an email to info@redpillarabic.com, or if you speak Arabic, you can go into redpillarabic.com, the consultation page, and you can book your session. While it was a 1 hour session or a 30-minute session. And it's cheap comparing to other life coaches, intersexual dynamic life coaches among the world. I lower my prices to cover most of people in the Middle East, because most of my audience in the Middle East, or the average salaries in the Middle East, is very low comparing to the West. That's why I lower my fees for the counseling. So you can you can book your counseling one-on-one counseling session through the Red Pill Arabic, or you can send me an email to info@redpillarabic.com, guys. Appreciate you guys. So this is the idiot. This is the Jew queer, as he identify himself, guys. I'm not bullshitting him. He identify himself as a Jew queer, which is a contradiction by itself. By the way, it is a contradiction by itself. Can you find me like the self-identification through the Torah or the Old Testament? I read them both, by the way. I read them both. I read all the Jews' books. I read the Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud. I read the Jerusalem Talmud, and I read the Torah. So there is no self-identification in Judaism. So if you identify yourself as a Jew queer, that's a contradiction in itself. Like how you can call yourself a Jew and a queer in the same time. In the Judaism, there is man and woman. There's nothing else. As in Islam, there is man and woman and some defects. YouTube might ban me for this sentence, but I don't know. I don't really care. They might ban this video for this. So support the channel, guys. Support the channel. It costs a lot to deliver such message to you guys. So okay, let's pick it up. Okay. So what did we reach here? And it's being created by the same unhealthy masculinity that fueled Andrew Tate fame, until we're ready to take that crisis seriously People like Andrew Tate will keep popping up and exploiting young men in their most vulnerable something. Okay, here's him celebrating. Andrew Tate has been banned from Instagram. Andrew Tate banned from Facebook and Instagram. He is celebrating, guys. He is celebrating. Andrew Tate, culture crave on Instagram saying Andrew Tate has banned from Facebook and Instagram. Okay, that's it. So let's jump on what is Andrew Tate himself saying about him being banned. This stream might be a little bit long, guys, so bear with me. Let's check. Okay, let's check. Andrew Tate. Okay, here is it. Okay, I hope you see it, guys. I hope. Okay, it is very clear. So let's see what's Andrew Tate saying about him being banned on Mark Zuckerberg platforms. Okay.
Go up, and I need to talk to you about the milky content, so it goes all over. Why did you get banned?
I don't know exactly why they banned me. I just
stop bullshitting, Andrew. You know why did they ban you?
Tried to log in Instagram a couple hours ago. It wouldn't let me. I have good people in the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. It's not a big loss for me. It's not something I use too often. But I do understand their position because we're actually living in a world now where it's kind of strange. This is an unprecedented period of human history. And we have internet sensationalism, global sensationalism on a scale which has never happened before. And also we have the ability to edit things so quickly, right? So you can say something on a stream and they can remove all context, or you can say something and they can change the tone of your voice, or you can say something.
It's already happened to me many times, yes.
Exactly. And then what they can do is they can throw that in front of a hate mob, and then internet sensationalism can take control, and people can start to believe in narratives which are false, and then people have to take some kind of action against that. So I understand all these things. I understand that with great power and great influence comes great responsibility. Mm-hmm. And I'm very understanding of the situation. I think that I'm a strongly religious man.
He's bullshitting again. You're not strongly a religious man. Come on. You support religions, yeah. I do understand that. You like Islam. You support Christian church, yes. But you're not religious yourself, Tate. Come on.
I believe that God will prevail. The truth will prevail.
Right.
The one thing that's a little bit annoying, I mean, because a lot of people have been insulting me for a long time on all platforms, and that's fine. It really doesn't bother me because I'm an extremely strong person. I know that some people would be very, very uncomfortable in my position. Not many people can sleep at night with the kind of death.
Yeah, you trigger people for living. You trigger people for living, man. Come on. You have to expect that.
Threats I've been getting, but for me, it's been fine, right?
You're getting death threats?
Oh yeah, I get, and this is the thing that's crazy, right? So I would get 10 to 20,000 death threats a day.
What?
That's a little bit exaggeration. I understand that you can get death threats from the leftist mob and liberal mob, that they hate you. They can't debunk your arguments, but they hate you much. But not 20,000 death threats every day. That's a little bit exaggeration. And that's his character, guys. Like Andrew Tate exaggerate everything. Like his basic argument is right, but he exaggerates a little bit. That's like that gets him views.
Via Instagram.
Via Instagram.
And they would take no action, even if I reported them. However, they've now decided I'm the danger. And even the people who were supporting me, I was crazy. Yeah. I was saying, look, if you're going to support me in public, if you're going to discuss things in comments, please do it respectfully, because hate on hate, it ain't going to get.
I have a question.
Right?
The guys saying in the DMs that are going to kill you. Be honest. If they saw you in person, do you think they'd keep that same energy?
I know, of course not. But it's just about the fact that there's a lot of hate around on the internet, and I don't believe that hate versus hate is going to win.
So Andrew, what I've learned on the internet now, it's a new generation of the internet. The internet is different now, and whatever you say that is hateful gets more likes, more clicks, and it gets more attention. Yeah. Because listen, you probably get thousands of comments that are showing love and praisal, right? But the ones that stick out the most are the hate ones. The ones that are like, he's really saying that shit. So that's
Yeah.
why they do it. They do it because they want the clicks, they want the attention, they want the likes. That's really why they do it.
And it's really interesting about how it's going to shape the world, right? Because, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. Now I have millions and millions of people who are my fans, and I was literally teaching them and telling them on Instagram 3 days ago, if you want to defend me, then stick up for me in a respectful way. Even if they're insulting me or threatening my life, do it in a respectful way, because just arguing back and forth in a bitter, immature, hate on hate way isn't going to work. Show that if you're a fan of Andrew Tate, you're a respectful person. And I was trying to teach respect to all these millions of young men. And now, who knows where they're going to go, right? And you're right. It's kind of crazy where the.
So until the day they ban him, he is trying to be very respectful towards the people who hate them. He even telling his fan debunk their argument respectfully. Do not attack them. Do not threat them or their lives. So he was trying to redirect the energy of his fans to give a constructive criticism to his opponent or to his enemies. So he's doing it right. He's trying to be diplomatic, by the way, in the stream. He is and that's unfamiliar with Tate. That's unfamiliar with Tate. I guess the 4.7 million follower, they hurt him a little bit. Like that hurts him a little bit. You will find out why. Watch out.
The internet has all these black holes of pure degeneracy or hatred, because that's what gets the most views, and it's a shame.
It does. Now I want to ask you a question. Let me move on to the next thing. Andrew, I've been seeing Reddit posts, Twitter posts about you and about teachers basically saying like, Andrew Tate, I'm a ninth grade teacher, and my male students are basically telling girls to get in the kitchen, and you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do in school, it doesn't matter how good you do in school, you need to get in the kitchen, and you'll never amount to what a man could do. And
I saw one of the posts articles written by a teacher, and she's female feminist teacher. She's saying that I have the young generations, the students that I'm teaching, repeating Andrew Tate, let's say, quotes, and and telling the girls to go into the kitchen, whatever you make, that will never make you high value woman. And they're repeating that. And who's complaining about that? Who complains really about that? Complains is feminist, like teachers with feminist ideology. They complain about that, but they will never mention in the mainstream media or the mainstream news the people that thanking Andrew Tate for changing their lives. You will never hear that. You will never hear that. You have to understand how this whole media gang works. When they want to take someone down, they will pick all the negativities and show them to you, and will hide all the positivities behind their back. So you will never see you will see this person as a pure evil. And when the media presents someone as pure evil, you have to understand that there's a trick here. There's somebody's trying to trick me here. Really. You guys, the mainstream media is designed to control the ideology of the public. The ideology of the public. Mass controlling tools to the way of thinking of the general public. When you see that all the media, all the news talking bad about someone, you have to understand that this person is not really bad. Try to figure it out by yourself, by your own research. You will find out that they are bullshitting you. They are bullshitting you. As Klaus Schwab and the WTF or the WEF, World Economic Forum, talking about consuming meat suddenly is a bad thing. We need you to eat bugs all day. You need to eat cockroaches and worms. Stop eating lamb and other meats. No, that's bad. Human being is consuming meat since more than 350,000 years. This human being, the human being discovered cooking using fire to cook around 350,000 years ago. By the way, in the Middle East, in around my country, they find the oldest fossils and drawing that people start to use fire to cook meat. So since 350,000 years, humanity is consuming meats. And Klaus Schwab and the world's elite want to tell you consuming meat is now is dangerous. You need to start eating bugs. That's an absolute garbage. When you see all the media, all the news is concentrating in a specific field or specific, let's say, direction, you have to understand that this is the bullshit direction. This is the wrong direction. You have to figure it out by yourself. It's work hard to do, but you have to find the truth by yourself. So when they all speak shit about Andrew Tate and this he's pure evil person, and they will get you all of the negativity and representing it to you to see him as a pure evil person, and they will hide all the positivity. Do you know that Andrew Tate have an organization, a charity organization to take care of street dogs, and he's paying a lot of money for it? Do you know that? Do you know that he pay over than $30,000 every month to the church, to the churches, to the Catholic Church in Romania? Do anybody mention that? Nobody will mention that. Really, he's paying thousands of dollars to save street dogs. He's paying thousands of dollars to religious institutions such as the Catholic Church in Romania. He announced, by the way, one day or 2 days before he get banned, that he will donate for every single like a $1 for the organizations who take care of domestic violence abused women. And the likes was over than 600,000, but he need one more day to count all the likes, and it will reach more than $1 million. So he's willing to pay, like 2 days ago, over than $1 million to domestic abuse organization who take care of domestic abuse victims from women's, more than $1 million as a charity. Do anybody mention that? Nobody mentioned that. He have a lot of successful students. He have a 16 years old student in the Hustler University that gains more than $30,000 per month. Do anybody mention that? You will never find this story on special series on or a Netflix special. That young man who learned how to earn money. The social media, the mainstream media will never mention such good things about Andrew Tate. Why? Because they need you to believe that he's pure evil man. That's why. So you have to be smart. You have to look outside of the matrix, guys. You have to be smart. They will never mention that. Although they research everything about him, it doesn't fit their narrative. Exactly. They will never tell you the news or the pieces of news that they will never fit or support their narrative. So they want you to think that he's an evil guy. They will never mention the good things that he's doing at all. Yeah. That's how media works.
They're blaming you for that. And I just want to know what are your thoughts on seeing posts like that, and like what do you have to say about that?
I know that's not the case. I mean, a lot of the things that have been taken up and chopped up and thrown online are things from a very long time ago when I didn't have a fraction of the influence I have now. I'm not apologizing for them. I'm not even saying that, that they were intrinsically wrong. I'm saying that when you produce as much content as I have, like 6 years of posting, and for the longest period of time, no one was watching it, you can go back in anyone's history of 6 years of posting, find 3 minutes and cut it up and chop it up and throw it on TikTok on repeat and make that person look bad. Anyone can do that, right?
I agree with that. You could.
Yeah, and that's very great point, guys. That's really great point, because long time ago, before this, like short videos, social media platforms, you have to understand the context. Like you have to listen to any person for the full video to understand him. There's no there is no consumption of like short videos, like 50-second video, 30-second video, 1 minute video. So, and you cannot really understand. This ability was not there like few years ago. Nowadays, you can chop and sound bite any like from any stream, and you can make someone look bad because you do not understand the context of the sentence that he said. You do not understand it, and that's very easy way to demonize someone. It is very easy. You can chop up like bites of my live stream and make me look really bad. If somebody is good, he can make me look really bad. But when you get back to the original content and you hear the whole context of the sentence, it does make sense. It does make sense. That happened with Fresh and Fit a lot. That happened with Rollo Tomasi, with Richard Cooper. Not happened with me yet, but I'm expecting it very soon, especially from today's episode. And that's expected. That's expected. That changes the metrics of emotional direction of the people on the social media. I can make anyone looks bad. They played that game with Joe Rogan when they cut the nigger word all of from 1,000 episode, and they push it with each other. You will feel that he's a racist, especially like high neurotic guys, high neurotic people. You'll feel that he's a racist. But when you hear for the full podcast, no, he's not. You will figure it out that this is bullshit. Dr. Hassam here says, and now the force people to be the force people to be vegan. Yes, they are forcing people to be vegan. Yes, being vegan is good. Eating meat is bad. You need to eat bugs. You need to eat cockroaches and all of these disgusting bullshit. Not to consume any animal product, and that will be a bullshit. No, I will eat meat every single day. Cry more. Every single day, I eat lamb meat or beef meat or chicken meat every single day, or fish meat every single day, and I will never stop. Cry fucking more. Do whatever the fuck you want. I will never stop. I'm ranting a lot today, huh? They are encouraging people to eat soya beans. Of course, of course. How do they will destroy the masculinity without decreasing the testosterone on their bloods, on the man's blood? They need to decrease the testosterone. They need to increase the estrogen level on the man's blood, on male's blood. How do they do that? Don't eat meat. Eat bugs. Eat soy. Drink soya milk. Eat soya products. Yeah, be a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Be a good boy. Yeah, that's how they do it. 50% in the last 30 years, the testosterone level in the man's blood dropped by 50 fucking percent. 60 years old men in the 60s and the 70s have more testosterone level than 20 years old guy nowadays. Do you understand that? We have a masculinity crisis. Yes, because you are feminizing men biologically and mentally. Be in touch with your emotion. You have to cry more. You have to express your feeling. Blah, 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 bullshit, blah. That's an absolute garbage. Contain estrogen like substance. Yeah. Read Estrogeneration, guys. Read the book, Estrogeneration. They will never mention that, Dr. Ahmad. They will never mention that, although they research everything about. Okay. Yeah, we got that comment before. Keep it up. So let's get back to Tate. The Cobra Tate.
Could definitely make me look bad by clips and edits and highlight. I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah.
So that could happen to anybody. And then if a hate mob gets behind it and tries to purport that that's your only worldview, if people don't think critically and they don't sit there and look and analyze for themselves and sit there and go, okay, well, clearly a lot of this cannot be true because this man is a free man. He has no criminal charges. He's never gone to jail. He travels around the world freely in and out of, Western countries. He has nothing against him. Obviously, these things aren't true, but some people don't think beyond the headline. They see the headline and they believe the headline instantly.
Right.
What's actually a bit inconvenient about the Instagram ban, the only thing that's inconvenient is, I'm going to send you a picture, Aiden, is that I launched an initiative to donate.
Check this out, guys. Listen what he's saying.
Money to a charity aimed at protecting women against domestic violence. Have you seen this? Look, let me send it to you. Put the picture up. I've just sent it to you. So what was happening is I understood that some people who only viewed the headlines and didn't listen to me, because I've made countless videos talking about how women need to be protected, how women need to be respected, how important are the women in my life, how much I respect my mother. I've done loads of things positive about women, but people who don't want to look into it and actually understand the real me.
Check this out, guys. I have decided to show that a loving, nice man I am and donate significant funds to charities which support women against domestic violence. However, I will also donate a significant funds to charities which help men with mental health issues. That makes sense. That makes sense. I support men and stick up for them, and the haters and liars think this means I hate women. No, we can both win. People need support. We can support men and women. Top G has kindness for all. Okay, he got this initiative around 2 days before he got banned, and he said that he will donate a single dollar for each like on the post, but Mark Zuckerberg blocked him before he donate the money, before he got all the likes.
Loads of things positive about women, but people who don't want to look into it and actually understand the real me, they would only view the headline and assume I was a bad person, right? So I decided, okay, well, let's counter that narrative because with great power comes great responsibility. So I put this post up. I don't know if you can put it on the screen.
It's on there. It's on the stream. I had it actually up in the beginning.
There it is. Yeah. And I said that, look, a lot of people are confused because I'm trying to build men up and help men understand that they have a value too. Because I think in the world today, not many men feel valuable. I think a lot of men are very, very sad and depressed. And I'm trying to encourage the men to feel powerful and feel valuable. They think I'm trying to drag women down, and that's not the case. And I said,
I think, and I'm speaking on the people that are trying to bring you down. So I took that off for a second. I think what people are trying to, so when I saw that teacher post, I see Reddit post, it's kind of like school just started, and now people are saying a bunch of things, like teachers are saying, they're overhearing their students say these things. And like when I'm going back to that topic, it's like, why are they, so do you feel as your content and not your content, what you preach is you're trying to build men up, which I'm all for it. I told you, I like that. Some parts of what you talk about, I love when you speak about building people up and building their confidence and telling people to pursue and follow their dreams. I love that. But I think the issue is what people on the other side are saying is that it's coming off as misogynistic because why? It's coming off that way. I'm not saying you are misogynist. I'm saying it's coming off that way. Why?
Well, that's interesting. I'll tell you why. And the reason is because they're very, very careful and they're very, very selective, right? So the reason I was talking about that charity post is because I put a post up saying I'm going to donate I'm going to donate $1 for every like to a charity which supports women against domestic violence. And all
Did anybody mention that in the social media? Did anybody mention that in the BBC or in the other news platforms? Nobody will ever, never, never, ever mention that. Why? Because that make him a good man to donate for organizations taking care of mental illness and domestic violence victims of women. That's a good thing. Generally, that's a good thing. But that will never be published on the mainstream media because they want you to believe that he's a bad man. So that does not fit the narrative.
also a charity that helps men with mental health issues, because there's no point in trying to support one against the other. We're all people. And I pledged 1.2 million American dollars, and
Wow.
that didn't get a single publication. They ignored it completely. And at the same time, they're saying I hate women when I'm the one who's given away $600,000. And that post was live, and I was going to put the receipt up tomorrow morning.
Holy shit.
It's very, very selective what they're doing. And that's what's scary, because I think a lot of the things that are out there that make me look like I'm talking about women in a bad way, they ignore all the times I talk about men in a bad way. I'm a person who believes in trying to create a reality where you speak with as many high value people as possible. That means high value men and high value women. I say to people all the time, if you're a man and your friends just play video games or smoke weed or they're committing.
Okay, let's stop it here. The rest of it, they talk about a lot of things, and Andrew Tate will be a little bit apologetic, defending himself, and it is very hard for him. It is very hard. Like after building a huge social media presence, like 4.7 million followers, to lose it in one day, like that's hard, man. As much as strong you are, as much as you don't give a fuck, like you have don't give a fuck personality, but that's a little bit hard. That's a little bit hard. So we will wrap it up here, guys. If you have anything, any last comments, anything, just drop it in super chat or in comments. While if you are a member of the channel, the trend now is to call men incels and misogynist also. Believe all women. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Dr. Ahmed. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. If anybody want to sponsor a video on specific topics, you can do it through redpillarabic.com, the services link, or the istisharat, which is the consultation. You can be a sponsor to a specific video on specific subjects, or if you have a story that you want me to discuss or certain situation to discuss it, you can sponsor your a video through the website. You can book a one-to-one counseling session through the website, or drop me an email at info@redpillarabic.com. And you can ask for personality trait analysis. That's a new service that I provide on the website. It will cost you it will cost you around $60 and $10 for the analysis website, the psychological analysis website, the big 5 traits on the ocean model. That's the last one. Support the channel, guys. The membership, you can join the membership of the channel. Like, subscribe, and share the videos. Thank you very much. Dr. Hassan says Andrew Tate is a mentor for young men. Yes, he is. I totally agree. I do not, by the way, I do not kiss Andrew Tate ass or support everything he says, because we have a lot of things that we cross our beliefs in, and we have things that we do not agree, such as pimping or using women's sexuality to get money. I'm totally against that. No, That's bullshit. That's not mainly manly things. That's pimps things, and pimps are not like a high value men, generally speaking. It's not something that you can be proud of to be pimp, to use your woman's sexuality to get money. That's an absolute garbage. That's degrading. That's not real masculine. So we do not, but as overall package, he's a mentor for young men. Yes, you're right. That's why he's hated. Thank you, coach. You're most welcome. يعطيك العافية. بارك الله فيك. Thank you everyone for watching. Support the channel. Support like the video. Subscribe. You have the whole playlist of a breakdown series. It is a specific playlist. If you are English speaking, you got the podcast in English. You will find all the stars of the manosphere there. I got them. I got all of them on English in podcast or podcast in English list. You will find all of their videos. Thank you, and have a great evening or a great night, depending on your timing zone. Thank you, guys. Assalamu alaikum.